All right, we're starting to make kombucha. Gotta start with a pot. Gotta have filtered water, sugar, tea, and the SCOBY, which we'll look at later. So yeah, first you want to start out with just boiling 1 gallon of filtered water. All right, so we got our water starting to boil. So you got to make sure you look up and put in the right amounts of sugar and tea. So you just look up at your chart. If you're doing 1 gallon batch, it's 6 to 8 tea bags, 1 cup of white sugar. I will be doing a 5 gallon batch, so I'll be putting in 4 cups of sugar and 37 to 40 tea bags. So now when we talk about types of tea, it's kind of a personal preference. I like caffeine in mine because I like to drink my kombucha in the morning, and so I like to use black tea. So it's got caffeine in it. So if you want caffeine, you got to use an Earl Grey or a green tea or a black tea. But you can also just use regular herbal teas with no caffeine, and that'll give you some different types of flavors. So you can have different flavors. So here we got our 1 gallon batch of water boiling, a good rolling boil. I'm going to shut off the heat. I got my 4 cups of sugar, and I like to use a stainless steel spoon and kind of stir it as I pour it in. I don't want the sugar to hit the bottom and burn it all. So I'll put in all 4 cups and stir it up until it's all dissolved, which happens pretty quick because the water's so hot. So as soon as that's dissolved, we'll just be putting in, we got our 40 bags of tea already prepped. We'll put it in the water and let that sit in the water steep for at least 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes. Our tea's been steeping and should be done. So go ahead and take all your tea bags out. A lot of tea bags. And then we'll pour them into our clean jar. So now if you were only doing a 1 gallon batch, you'd probably be pouring this into a 1 gallon jar. But the thing is, you can't put the SCOBY in when the liquid is too hot. You need to wait for the liquid to come down to about room temperature before you can add your SCOBY. Otherwise, you're gonna kill your SCOBY. Since I'm doing a 5 gallon batch, I just poured my concentrate in here, and I will top it off with 4 more gallons of water. All right, I've just put in all my makeup water. It was cold, so I can feel it. It's not hot anymore. So now I can add my SCOBY right away. So I left some extra room on top, because you have to make room for your 5 cups of starter. This is from your old batch, the old liquid, starter liquid, and the SCOBY from that batch. So we're just gonna add the liquid. And here's our big SCOBY. The darker side usually goes down. The lighter side stays up. I kind of let it help it. It should kind of float on top If it doesn't float or if it kind of slowly sinks, it's not a problem. It's still working. You will probably start to see a new SCOBY start to form on top. So yeah, it's not a big deal. So now we're ready to let it sit. So you don't want fruit flies getting in here. So what you do, you take a rag over the top, nice strong rubber band, and that'll keep your fruit flies out of it. So now you want to put it in a cool, dark place. So like in the basement is a perfect spot for it. You don't want it too cold, like in the winter. I wouldn't put it there in the winter. I usually put it on top of my refrigerator because it kind of gets some heat from the refrigerator and your houses are pretty cool. But in the middle of summer, you know, definitely in a dark closet somewhere will be perfectly fine. And so with a 5-gallon batch, yeah, looking between 20 and 40 days so you can start drinking it. All right, so now your kombucha has been brewing. They say it'll take anywhere between 18 to 42 days, and that really depends on the temperature it's stored in. You know, if you're brewing this stuff in the winter time and it's a little bit cooler, it's going to take longer than if it was brewing in a warmer area. So after about 20 days, you can probably start tasting it. Just put a spoon or a straw in there and taste it, and it's going to start out sweet, and the longer you let it brew, it'll get more acidic, and so you kind of stop it whenever you enjoy the taste. I like a little more acidic, so I usually let it brew for a lot longer. So this one's been brewing for a long time, and I've just been taking jugs out of it, but I can kind of show you how I get it out of there. At first I used to filter through coffee filters, and it took way too long, and you really weren't cleaning it that much. So what I started doing is just started siphoning it. A lot of the stuff collects on the bottom, so just make sure you put your little siphoning tube past your SCOBY, and then just have it somewhere in the middle there. And then start your siphon. Now you can put these in all sorts of different jars. These are kind of cool, rubber sealed ones. You know, you can put them in a growler. You can just put them in a plastic water bottle. But it's really important, you want to make sure you leave an amount of air in there, because this stuff will start to pressurize a little bit. So you got to make, you know, you don't want to fill it all the way up with kombucha, because then you might explode your bottle. And so you want to leave a good amount of air in there, and then you probably want to start refrigerating it. Because if you leave it out in room temperature, it'll actually start to form another SCOBY inside your jar, and you probably don't want to be drinking that. So you don't want to be drinking a bunch of floaties in here, and so it's best to put it in the refrigerator so it kind of stops brewing. The taste doesn't change, and I prefer it cold anyway. All right, so we just finished bottling our last bottle, but we want to make sure we don't take all of the liquid, because we need this liquid to start our next batch. You need to save the SCOBY and the starter liquid. And determine how much starter liquid you need. Just look at your card. 5-gallon batch, I need about 5 cups. In a 1-gallon batch, you need about 1 cup. The starter liquid is very important because it really helps kickstart the process in your new batch. Having the SCOBY and this good starter liquid helps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the SCOBY out, take your starter liquid out, set it aside in a container. I'm going to wash this jar good, and then it'll be ready for the next batch.